Hey, what is going on, everybody? Boilon here, and today we're going to be doing a update video to the previous videos that we've had over the last 2 days. So I just want to say that I've had a nice 36 hours of no Marvel Strike Force, not paying attention to the game over the last little while over the weekend, and had a really nice Canada Day, and I hope for you Americans coming up, you have a nice 4th of July coming up. But we need to kind of go back and discuss some of the new things that have appeared in the game since my second video related to the Summer of Thunder video. And yes, this is going to be another video talking about the Mighty Thor Summer of Thunder event and why this is a disastrous compensation package that they're doing for us and why it's not acceptable. First, for those of you who aren't quite up to date, I do recommend that you check out my first 2 videos because that explains things fairly well as to how we got here and why we're here now. I'll do a very quick summary of the problems, though. So, the entirety of the Summer of Thunder milestone, regardless of if you are a new or a mid-game or endgame player, were able to get the entirety of this completed, all the way down to 50,000. And this, as far as I'm aware, was a combination result of the one core offer on Thursday and claiming Gambit Raid Double Down milestones. You may have been able to do this another way. I'm not sure. Maybe there was. But, some combination of this allowed you to get the 50,000 points. And so for early players, this would be a huge advantage of having a free 4-star new character alongside of all of the other rewards that are here in this milestone. For some mid and end game players, you get the same, right? But on top of all of the relevant materials inside the milestone, the gold, the orange gear, the teal gear, promotion credits, dark promotion credits, all of that, and so it's just really crazy because you get all of this a month early, or in many cases, some people would never have got them. For new players, you would never have got very far in the milestone. Maybe you would have got to like 20k, but if you're under level 70, you probably wouldn't have got much of this. And for these people to get them for free, it's pretty crazy, actually. So it gives them a huge leap forward for them, over others in their player range. We know these events are challenging, and they take a lot of effort over the course of the month. And most times we don't even know if we'll actually complete it or not, or by how much. A lot of times, with the exception of May, because of the Sunday Blitz bug, it's usually a pretty razor-thin margin for free-to-play players to be able to complete it within the values of, a few hundred points around the 50k mark. For June, I'm pretty sure it was like maybe 100 above 50k if you got everything, and that was including the week 1 of Ace of Raids, which is very difficult to do. So we know that for July, it will likely be similar, and if you don't manage to get every single little bit of points, you won't be able to clear it. Which means that those who did get the 50k not only don't have to worry about how far they go in each event, for better or for worse, and this is absolutely through no fault of their own for being able to claim it, by the way, and I want to make this part very clear that I don't in any way blame the player on being able to take advantage of this, but it's just frankly not fair for the rest of us. So that's the summary. Let's talk about the compensation calendar that we got, I believe starting Sunday morning. And you can see it here. This is called the Welcome Commander compensation calendar. And we get 1 million gold, 400 orange training mods, 500 energy, 500 ISO 8 energy, 500 power cores, some T3 mats, 400 T4 mats, some ABCs, SBCs, and 30 Agatha shards. Now, why are we getting Agatha shards? This was kind of random, because they know the community is really effing mad that she went forever without going into the orbs, so now they're gaslighting us here by giving us shards for her when she wasn't available at all before this. Actually, you know what? She's not even in the orbs until Tuesday or Wednesday at store reset time, so, she's still technically unavailable in the orbs. But she wasn't in the Mighty Thor milestones, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, that makes a lot of sense, right? And what's interesting about this calendar is the fact that for those lucky individuals who got the autocomplete for the 50k for Mighty Thor, do not get the calendar. It's my understanding. And I find this interesting because it's through no fault of their own that they actually, by the end of the month, will have less rewards as a result of this, even if they didn't ask for their milestones to be auto-completed. And yes, they get a month off, but they're still getting a net decrease of rewards by the end of July. And so that's, it's not a lot, but, and again, that's part of the problem why this is not enough for the rest of us. But, you know, it's still stuff that the other people won't get. So 400 T4s, you know, and those are the big things. 500 power cores, frankly, isn't worth much. There's the training mods. It's actually a bit of a slap in the face for those of us who didn't get to, you know, get that 50k milestone in the Summer of Thunder. This is like almost nothing. Like, I could get a lot of this back in like a week. So it seems that this also wasn't made entirely even, because there are reports from Alliance members of mine who are not getting the calendar, but did not complete the Mighty Thor milestone. So I have no idea what's going on here, and I really didn't expect for Scopely to do this right. You know, usually people are missed out on other things, so this does not come as a surprise at all. And so, thirdly, I want to talk about what the community response has been lately to this, because it's really wild. Like, Reddit's been on fire more than usual. Like, this is, I think, I want to say one of the biggest problems that this game has ever faced. And that's saying something, but because there's been a lot of big problems in the game, but I think this is easily the top one or top two issues over the last 3 years. Even more than Goldgate, because at the very least Goldgate got rewound. And so a lot of that, I'm not going to say everything, but a lot of the problems from that did get fixed. I want to say fixed. So let's take a look. And there's one post, you know, that's just way mind-blowing. Because I was, like I said, I was away for like 24 to 36 hours. I wasn't really paying attention to anything. And then someone shared this with me. And I was like, holy shit. There is a post on Reddit with including mine, 1,957 upvotes. A day ago. I don't know when exactly it was posted. I didn't see it myself when it was posted. I just seen it recently. Give everyone their rewards with a shit ton of rewards and almost 2,000 upvotes. I can't remember in any recent history on Reddit, on the Marvel Strike Force Reddit, where there's been this many fucking upvotes for a post. It's not even that long of a post, so let's read it. Upvote if you agree. Please read fully. Community Manager Cerebro and Community Manager Archangel, please see the reaction unity this community has on this. Everyone who received the full rewards on accident due to the mistake that Scopely has made just received a massive boost over everyone who didn't. The calendar is nice. I wouldn't even go as far as saying nice. But those of us who, with middle to late game accounts, are taking a huge loss not getting the teal mats and shards for Jane Foster and Dazzler. And I didn't even talk about Dazzler, so my apologies, because I have mixed opinions about this, and I feel like my battle right now is with Mighty Thor and the Summer of Thunder event, not necessarily what happened with the Dazzler event, but I know that, you know, both of them probably need addressing, because there were people who probably got the full completion of the Dazzler milestone as well, who, once again, just like Summer of Thunder, would never had a chance to do that, and they got to reap the benefits of all of that. You know, I had already completed it, so it is what it is, but for other people who were not able to, it allowed for others to, you know, full complete this, you know, for $5 or whatever it was for the Dazzler milestone. So yeah, that's really unfair as well, but my main battle here is with the Summer of Thunder, and this is where I want to see things changed. It's not fair to the people who didn't receive them at all, because that's well over hundreds of hours of materials for free. You don't roll back anyone's account, it's not their fault, or don't roll back anyone's account, it's not their fault, just give it to everyone. I'm 100% sure the wider community would be super grateful and would be seen as a big positive, as well as helping to restore community faith and positivity that had been falling as of late, and goodwill as well. So I want to say that if you guys have watched my video 1 and my video 2, I did make a comment saying what I think should have happened was that they should auto-complete this for everyone, and then re-roll a second version of the event so that spenders could spend to get more, just like they would have again, you know. So all of us likely would walk away with a 5-star, you know, Mighty Thor by the end of the month of July, because we get the 180 plus another possible 180. But, you know, I think that was probably would have been the best move, would to make sure that everyone got the full event once, because they couldn't change it, and they couldn't manipulate it as such to fix this, and then they would relaunch the event again, and then that would allow us to, I guess, get double the rewards. But they fucked up, right? This is their fault that they need to fix and make better. And I think that if we really push this hard enough, that maybe we might actually see some actual change. And I know it's really hard for a lot of us to believe. But, you know, we saw what happened with Ace of Raids with Gambit, that we did push pretty hard collectively, and we actually got more stuff given to us than I was actually even anticipating. Like, we got like 2 or 3 different like this stuff thrown at us, you know, and then even after the first time they threw stuff at us, you know, it wasn't enough, right? It was pretty crap, and then they kept going. So, you know, I think it's not over. I think that if we keep pushing on this fact, and if everyone upvotes this and shares the videos all related to the Mighty Thor Summer of Thunder stuff, like, maybe we can actually get somewhere. And I think that's where we need to be. And, you know, I'm really, really happy for those of you who just don't give a shit about this and who are happy with whatever they get. But frankly, it's just really fucked up. It's not fair, and they need to do better than this. This is not good enough. You know, they really need to restore some community goodwill. And the fact that almost 2,000 people are willing to upvote this one post about that, please correct me if I'm wrong. Share in the comments down below, you know, if you know of a topic that has been given more upvotes than this. I cannot remember personally, you know, and they ended, maybe I'm wrong for thinking this way, but even my friends who did receive this feel this way. I've talked to a handful of people who feel the exact same way, who did benefit from this, and who feel that it really should be given to everyone. And I want to say that, you know, it's probably on the level of about a couple thousand, I want to say at least 1,000 people who have benefited from this, because I've spoken to about 24 people myself. At least, apparently Mobile Gamer had at least, 11% on his Twitch stream of 1,000 something people, you know, and that's just the people who were around, right, you know, on our Discords or whatever. So I think the numbers are actually very high, to a degree. Like, maybe 1,000 in the scheme of 300,000 isn't a lot, but 1,000 people in the scheme of like endgame players or mid to endgame players is probably a decent percentage. So really fucked up, and they really need to make better. And, you know, there's been tons and tons of posts, not just this one here, but there's been tons of posts over the weekend that I've missed as well. I got really bothered by this one, actually. PSA to all the White Knights on here. You know, a lot of people are just like coming out to White Knight Scopely that, or just say it's okay. They fuck up all the time, and so, you know, what's new? And that's true. What's new, right? But the way that they say about it, and they just like why do you? Some of the response, you know, read this one like later on if you want to, because it's really it's interesting. It just came out a couple hours ago. And boy, it kind of pissed me off a little bit. But there's been plenty of like tons. I just went through the hot topic ones. 361 upvotes. Compensation calendar. Stay angry. Don't let them placate you. Minimal effort on calendar compensation. 150 votes there. Why the compensation calendar solves nothing. No, and no. 272 upvotes. You know, piss off with this calendar. Disrespected the community. Because it's true. Because really what they need to do is they just need to give it to us. You know, like that's basically what it really is. And there was an interesting article. I haven't read it in full yet, and I'll do this after the video, and I recommend that you guys maybe check this out. This was done by Daniel Lewandowski, and I apologize if I said that wrong. I'll leave this link in the comments down in the comments in the description down below for you guys to check this out. I'll also check this out on my own time. This was shared with me on Discord as well. I just haven't had a chance to quite look at it. You know, explains, I think, a lot of the problems of the Summer of Thunder event. So if you don't know what the hell's going on, you know, even after watching my videos, then go check out this news article, because I'm pretty sure that it probably covers it fairly well. And really, at the end of the day, what do we need from Scopely? Here's what I'd be okay with. I'll tell you. For me to put my pitchfork down, and that's what I'm calling it, is I would need at least 10,000 Mjolnir fragments. Hold on. Let me rewind this. At least 20,000 Mjolnir fragments, because I know that now that I said 10,000, they're just going to give us 10,000. 10,000 to 20,000 Mjolnir fragments. That's really what the community at a bare minimum needs to see. I would love it. It really would restore a lot of goodwill if they just fucking completed the whole thing for us and then relaunched the second one. You know, that would be even great. But my problem with that is, like, I don't know if they can do that. You know, now that we're, like, already, I don't know, a handful of days, 3 days into the event, I don't know if they can just kind of freeze frame the fragments that we have now, release a third one, and then transfer the information from that to that one, and then just give us the 50k for the main one, right? And for everyone else to give us the 50k for this one, and then transfer our points to the brand new one that would have been the relaunched one. I think that's what would have been better. We didn't really talk about this one here. This is like the second weird one, the 1 million gold at fucking 20,000 points. This is fucking bullshit, by the way. This is so absolutely bullshit. And this is the one with the leaderboard in it. And the leaderboard, I don't give a shit about the leaderboard. I give a shit about, like, people being able to skip 1 month's worth of events that are often a lot of convoluted nonsense. Because if you guys follow my videos, you know that the math is often, you know, kind of nuts, and then you have to follow it like to the T, and if you don't get 50K. That's really at the end of it. And then a lot of people are being able to get this done for free. Again, through no fault of their own, but it's still unfair to the rest of us. Let me know in the comments down below how you feel. We're on day 3, I guess, now. Where are you sitting at? I know that I've seen a lot of comments in my comments section about how people are quitting or not. Maybe they are, maybe they have, and you know, honestly, I'm still super pissed. And I think people should remain super pissed. And I don't think that people should just roll over and take it this time. I think that we need to keep pushing, and we need to get a better response from them. We're probably not going to hear from it until Tuesday, but I think that they need to do better, and they need to get their asses in gear come Tuesday after 4th of July. Happy holidays to everyone else, Canadians, Americans, anyone else who may have been celebrating over the weekend. And until next time, stay safe and healthy, and I'll see you all later. Boilon signing out.